It's Friday, Feedback Friday, the feedbackiest day of the week. Oh boy, that was harder than it should have been. Yep, still sick. Pardon my coughing. God, I am fried. I don't know about anybody else. It is fried day, right? But thanks everybody again for being so generous. The people who have donated to Eileen's aunt's fundraiser. I'll post it in the description box again. I know it's meant a lot to me. It's meant a lot to Eileen that people have chipped in. Every little bit really does count because again, they're doing local stuff. In the area in Mexico to also try to raise money, so all together, like, we'll get there if we keep on this pace. Now we'll be able to save an old lady's house. And as I said in the Patreon only video this week, I'm like, that's some Spider-Man shit. So we like Spider-Man shit. That just is a weird image. But anyway, feedback this week. I'm gonna try to split it. I have no idea how this split is gonna work because there were strong but good responses to all the videos. So I'm going to start with Monday, jump to Wednesday, and then if there's time, do Tuesday, because again, Song's not here to offer her opinion. Just so everybody's not surprised, next Tuesday, Two Women Talking is going into a bit of a hiatus for a while. It's nothing other than a Song's ability to record the show temporarily. So I don't want to make any sudden moves with that, have people going, what's going on? So yeah, that's all that's going on there. I will return, like, Marvel characters, just realities of production. So with the, I'll do the help support this channel thing. Help support this channel, become a monthly patron. Never mind, give to Eileen's crowdfund. I'll put it in the description box. Really good comment about the whole ego thing. We live in a society that still encourages male ego, though, because society is obsessed with men that show high levels of confidence, ambitiousness, and are very goal-orientated. Even a lot of women say how much they are attracted to confidence or a man with a goal. Men who do the opposite of male ego are considered losers, unmotivated, or lacking confidence. If we want to talk about male ego, we should also talk about the alternative to male ego, which a lot of women tend not to like. And this is where, this is something I know. It's the whole why do women go for assholes thing. I do not like the swagger. I'm rewatching modern Doctor Who after the Nishudi Gatwa stuff. Is like, let's go back and watch Tenet. And I can't stop with just Tenet. I have to watch, Matt Smith and so on and so forth. And you see after the first season of what's his name? 11, that's 10, Matt Smith. How they finally realize there's something in Rory. And I was one of those people early on who were like, no, Rory is the best damn part. That first season where Matt Smith had not found his feet yet and Amy Pond was actively terrible, like, what the fuck? It is just so creepy now that a female character that young was that just fling themselves at everybody. Like, just, she was so awful to Rory, but Rory's like, no, this dude I can root for. And Rory he's confident in some ways. He's not confident in others. But of course, that's the adorable moment where he's so into Amy that she thinks he's gay because he's never looked at or remarked on any other woman. To me, those are the guys I like to elevate. He's sort of in the same. And Nerd media does this more, I guess, because it was authors sort of writing about themselves. You know, going back to Spider-Man, a lot of writers write Spider-Man is kind of snarkier and more confident than Peter Parker because he's got the mask. It gives him an edge that way. It's also a huge cope. Uh, but those sorts of Marvel root heroes, Huey from The Boys is another example where they do exist. And I think part of the reason I like Huey as a character is they do show him continuing to, flirt with unhealthy things, trying to be strong or tough or confident. And it's not him. We like Huey when he's just adorkable, right? I have never, ever been big on the jackasses. And I know that I am not normal, but frankly, and this is where I'm going with this. I think that I don't like the jackasses because I actually, at the end of the day, like myself and don't want a protector, and don't want someone who is going to just be fucking disagreeable all the time. I don't think I'm wrong because I'm not normal. I think that women who go for that, egotistical asshole thing, the Iron Mans, the Doctor Stranges, those fuckheads, instead of, what's good. Guys like, okay, Bruce Banner's got issues, but if I'm gonna go for a toxic guy, way more Bruce Banner than Tony Stark. All the way. But, Tony Stark instead of Peter Parker. Like, fuck. Why would anybody pick Tony Stark? Ugh. And that's tangent. But I don't think I'm wrong because I'm not normal. I think that women who want confidence are because they're not confident themselves. They're faking it. And confidence isn't ego. I'm, one of my side projects, I'm working with a guy who is legit confident, like what I call Superman confident. The kind of confidence that's quiet. He doesn't need credit for things. He doesn't have to call attention to himself. He's just, it'll be fine. It's always, it'll be fine. And some stuff went down recently where I didn't know what he was doing, but I trusted him and he knew what he was doing. Like, it worked out probably better than if it had been the way, well, I don't know, but it worked out. I was going to say it would have worked out better than the way I wanted to do it, but pick your poison, right? It was not a great situation. It was a Kobayashi Maru, and the way he handled it was totally valid. And it was because he had that quiet confidence that he was willing to temporarily appear to lose, to play the long game. That, to me, is confidence, not ego, right? And I do think that decent guys don't want women who are unmotivated or lacking confidence either. I mean, you want to be miserable, get with an insecure woman, especially an insecure, attractive woman. Like, just, it's as if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife. That, like, oh my God. That's the thing. Like, these guys, and there were some in the comments, the women are too picky, and I'm not even gonna not even gonna focus on that too much, but you're centering the red flag women, right? If somebody doesn't see what you have to offer, your loss, their loss, right? Freudian slip. Their loss, right? That's how you have to come at all these things. That is true confidence. You know, so you don't you come in kind of medium, like cool, and hey, you want to do something? Oh, you don't, no problem, next. Like that, you don't need their approval. And so many of these guys who just shit on women all the time, it is incredibly clear that they are giving all their power away to some pretty terrible women. And, you know, that's a fast track to misery. I can think of no better way to hate life than to give all your power away, especially your power over what you believe about yourself, to people who don't deserve it. And focusing on what women as a group are tells me two things. One, you're giving your power away to shitty women. And two, you think of women as some sort of alien species instead of a collection of human individuals that have just a different life experience than men do in that particular way. The idea that you can say any particular thing about women or men. Men are assholes. Women are too picky. No, these are emotional responses. And I had one guy, this was a great moment because he said, you know, about that video that he intellectually believes that I am absolutely right in everything I said. And it's still this gut reaction, this emotional response. And, you know, I nodded to that in the video going, we all do it from time to time. We all generalize because we're wounded. And in those moments, that's a thing. You're showing your weakness. You're showing your hand. It's just every time Stalker Chan calls me old, fat, and ugly, she's telling me what she thinks about herself. It has nothing to do with me. And, you know, there's another confidence thing. Confident people don't feel the need to take cracks at other people like that. And when people say I've mellowed, it's more I've grown more confident. I can get rip-roaring angry at things still. I still have a very strong fight response, but it's, you know, I've gotten better at telling myself, it's okay. You don't have to fight every fight. You don't have to pick every battle. I actually tested myself the other day. Somebody who did not deserve my time was monopolizing a lot of it, and I was being real nice, real fair. And, you know, this person was, you're doing this, you're doing that, very blah, 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 blah. And that doesn't get anywhere with a confident person. Because a confident person is like, you're talking about my motivations. I know my motivations. You're wrong. You are wasting my time, which means you get less of it. And, you know, when I finally wanted the person to go away, I said things that I knew would bother them, specifically about the conservative politicians that they, you know, won't say what I'm thinking as a descriptor. But yeah, got mad. Conversation ended. I could have done that at any time, but I was being nice. I was being the Superman that tickles, you know? And I know there's a point in the conversation where somebody's intent to blame me and make it all about me. And for me, I am going to make sure for my peace of mind, I know I'm not the person that this person is going to claim I am loudly and in public to whoever will listen. And because I know it's not true, because I know I treated them fairly, anybody who believes them is red flag territory. You know, confident people don't dine out on drama. We had a really interesting conversation on the Discord about how we're sick of negative content, and we know that YouTube rewards negativity. And so it's really hard to find positive content because the algorithm doesn't reward it. Bobby Calloway, the Better with Bob YouTube channel, is one that he deals with stuff he likes. And so he'll be critical about certain things. Like, here's what didn't work. But, he mostly focuses on why this thing is better than you gave it credit for. A recent video is on Meg from Hercules. So check that out. Yeah, confident people don't live in negativity as well. And that's not the good vibes only bullshit that is just a manipulation. See that segue? It's legitimately like, look, we can look at the hard stuff. We can look at the shitty stuff and still go, no, I'm going to recognize that's there, but that's in my periphery because it's not a threat. It's an irritant. It makes me sad, not scared. I'm going to focus on working towards things instead of trying to run away from things or guard against everything, because you can't. I mean, D&D metaphor again. You get your rogue's dexterity up, that character's a lot harder to hit than your tanky whatever class, and that means that spells won't hit them, weapons won't hit them, projectiles won't hit them, nothing will hit them. Just keeping moving is better than trying to fight every fucking fight. It's after you get really good at Elden Ring in place, you just run past things instead of having to fight every goddamn thing that comes your way. Life's too short to constantly be in conflict. And giving to get is the ultimate form of confidence, and that comes into the manipulation video that a lot of people were like, that really... It's nice when people feel called out in a good way. And one person even said that video, I won't mention anything, but that video led them to do something that they probably should have done for a while. Like, yep, you're right. It's controlling them through lack of information. I'm just gonna do it. And I was so proud of that person. As sick as I've been this week, there have been clients that I've worked with for a while now who have gone through some adversity recently and done it in a way that shows how far they've come. And this is going to sound really stupid because it's their life, but I needed that. Because one of the things when I got into peer counseling, it was, okay, these things that took me 10 years to do, let's try to knock off some years off the sentence for other people. And when I see people like a year, 2 years accomplishing what I did in 10, just because I was able to go, okay, this is why this is, this is why this is, this is why this is, and be that, get up, you lousy bum, because Mickey loves you, from Rocky, to be that, like, supportive coach. Damn, it's healing, and I didn't do the work. They did it. They didn't have to listen to me. 100% credit, but God damn, it's nice to be somewhere where things actually get better for someone. And that's really why I eat all the shit I do. Because I do think that there are two types of people in this world. The people that are like, things were shit for me, so you have to eat shit too. And then the people who are like, things are shit for me, I think it can be better. And we have to suffer setbacks. We have to deal with imperfect systems. We win some, we lose some. You lose more than you win when you truly believe that things can be better, even in a little pocket of it. And, the core of my method is sort of control what you can control. Okay, this door closes, another one opens, right? Because if you're constantly slamming yourself against a friggin' blast door that is never gonna open, you're not gonna make progress, right? We know in video games, big fucking imposing door. This is not going to be easy. You're going to have to do a bunch of quests to get that fucker to open because video game. Life's the same way, right? There's been things now where I thought certain phases of my life were done and they might be coming back, and I don't know how to feel about that right now, but we're going to explore it and see how it goes. If those doors do open up again, I'm going to try to enjoy it a lot more than I did the first time. New Game Plus coming, getting another crack at it with all the knowledge. And that's one of the things I don't like about youth obsessed culture, is that no, getting older is not a terrible thing if you approach it with confidence. And I wouldn't go back to being any other age than I am now, because I earned every single one of those years. And it really is a mindset thing. I don't know why guys, and it's mostly guys, but that's just because most of the guys that watch my channel, post misery in my comment sections, especially broad comments about women. Like, do I not read as a woman? Like, ain't I a woman? No woman, no cry. Like, what do I have to do? Hello? What does that accomplish? What is shitting on women in the comment section of a woman's YouTube channel, kinda womanish? What does that do? Other than make it abundantly clear that you're a miserable asshole. If that's what you're trying to do, mission accomplished. I don't know what else that does, unless it's some sort of cry for help. And the hard truth is, unless you're prepared to actually ask for help instead of just flinging your misery all over the place, until you have that confidence, until you're willing to take that risk, because confidence and vulnerability go hand in hand, you don't deserve help. You're going to treat the people that try to help you like shit. Well, you ain't worth it. Be worth it. Like, holy crap. Have some pride in yourself. Use the good part of ego to go, would I want to talk to somebody that fucking miserable? No. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, let's help a lady save her house down in Mexico. Moderator in Discord forum, Eileen's aunt. House got, half destabilized by a sinkhole, and we're here to help her rebuild it. Link in the description box below. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great weekend.